Hello, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Kyla, and in this video we're going to be talking about all the books that I plan on reading in the month of March. Maybe.
Yesterday there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane. And as the light startled our eyes, we let go of disguise. And now
Okay, here's the deal. I kind of went rogue in February. I had these very well-intentioned reading plans. I had a very nice curated TBR, but holds come off on the library, and I'm very much also a mood reader. So I just decided this month, I have some things that I definitely want to read, and obviously I'm going to show them to you, but I'm not gonna hold myself to it. If I feel like going off the rails, I'm gonna do it. So this is a very tentative TBR. This is I might read this in the month of March. I might not. Either way, it's cool, and let's talk about it. So let's first talk about the books that I plan on reading for book clubs, because those are pretty set in stone. Unless something happens, I don't get it from the library or something, I will read these books. So the first one is for the book troop, and that is going to be How to Sell a Haunted House by Grady Hendrix. This I have been waiting for March to read this with the book club. It has literally been so hard. My audiobook hold has come off 3 times, and I've had to keep pushing it and pushing it. I don't have a physical copy yet, but I do plan on getting one. Oh my goodness, I cannot wait to read this book. I love Grady Hendrix. He is so good at putting real life emotions and real life stories into his horror, and also making it super relatable at the same time. And all I really know about this one is that we are following our main character. I don't know her name, but her parents pass away, and they leave her and her brother the house, and they have to go back and kind of try to figure out what they plan on doing with the house. And hello, if you couldn't tell by the title, it's haunted. And I've heard something about dolls. That's all I know, and I don't want to know more than that. I honestly wish I didn't know anything, anything about it, but here we are. And yeah, so I do plan on reading that this month. And then for the Literally Dead book club with Kayla, the pick this month is Spite House, and I know I will get to this one because my library hold just came off. I have to go pick it up, so I could have a physical copy, but I still have to go to the library and get it. I don't really know about this one. All I know is about a father and a daughter and some sort of haunted house. Literally don't know, but that's okay. That's all I need to know. I've seen a couple of people read this already, and some good and bad reviews, so I'm excited. And then the Midnight Society book club with Elizabeth from Reading Riley's pick this month is The Drift by CJ Tudor. Shockingly enough, I don't think I've read anything from CJ Tudor. This will be my first one, which is crazy. I have all of them on my TBR, especially Burning Girls. I really want to read Burning Girls. I just haven't gotten to it yet. So I'm excited to dive into CJ Tudor and see, hopefully, fingers crossed, it's a good first experience. But this is their newest one, and I do not know a single thing about this. The cover makes me think it has something to do with being stranded in a house somewhere in the middle of nowhere. But I truly do not know anything, and I'm totally okay with that. I'm actually very excited about it. I did put it on hold at my library, so fingers crossed it does come off sometime this month, and I will get to read it. And then the last kind of planned thing is Gabby is hosting a readathon for her Patreon members at the end of the month. It is going to be called the Screaming Colors readathon, which I just yes, it's Taylor Swift themed, and even more yes. And the theme this month is green. green. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to be reading for it. I have a couple of ideas, and the first one is the writing retreat, because this like neon green is screaming to me. And also I feel like the longer I go without reading this, the more likely I'm gonna be spoiled, and I don't want to be, because I've heard incredible things about this book so far. Like, people are starting to read it now, and the reviews that are coming out are very positive, and I don't want to be spoiled. So I plan on reading this for the readathon. I think it's also fairly short, and it's only a 48-hour readathon, so I feel like this I can definitely, I say fairly short, it's like 300 pages. Why is that short to me these days? Too much fantasy. That's too much fantasy. But yeah, I really, really, really want to get to this one this month. And I feel like it's the last month that it kind of feels appropriate with this snowy cover. I feel like after this, we're getting into like spring territory, and it just won't hit the same. So definitely plan on reading this, I think, for the readathon, unless something changes or I just can't wait and I pick something else. But like, I do want to get to this month. So that covers all of the book clubs and things. Now let's talk about what I plan on reading for reading vlogs and that kind of thing. And to be honest, I only have one set reading vlog so far, so the rest might just be weekly reading vlogs and me talking about the books that I'm reading in that week without really a plan. But the one that I do have planned, I am getting so far out of my comfort zone. If you follow me on Instagram at all, you know, but I'm gonna be reading The Dead Romantics. Plot twist, Kyla's reading a romance. Can you believe it? I can't, but also, if there was ever a romance for me to read, I feel like it's this one. This one has been recommended to me so many times from my friends, and then most recently recommended to me in a video from Ashley from Ashley's Little Library. So we are going to read this in a reading vlog. I also have another book that I plan on reading for that vlog, and I'm just going to tell you what it is because it's really no secret. It's We Spread by Ian Reid. These were the two books that she specifically recommended in that video, so I'm going to do a reading vlog reading these. This one also, I mean, everyone's favorite book from last year, so I need to get to it. So my plan is to read this one first, and then have a pick-me-up afterwards with this one, because I know what is going to happen to me when I read this book, so I need to have something that's like light and fun afterwards, so we're gonna make that happen, and I'm very excited about it. I mean, I'm gonna say that like 1,000 times. I'm very excited about all of these books, but like, I'm also so nervous about this one, but also not, because I do feel like I'm gonna love it. I'm going in with like no expectation, but at the same time, the amount of people that love this book, and from people that I know that aren't necessarily romance readers either, it's well loved. So I have no doubt that I'll at least enjoy it, but like, we'll have to see. This is a total plot twist. You won't see this very often on my channel. Let's enjoy the ride. So like I said, that's the only like vlog that I have planned out. I could do a few other ones. I have some other ones in mind. I just don't know if that's really what I'm in the mood for right now. So let's just talk about the books that I plan on reading. Maybe I could potentially read them this month. The first one is the Anatomy series, so this is going to be Anatomy and Immortality. I've been wanting to read Anatomy for a while. I've heard nothing but incredible things. I believe this is kind of like a gothic fantasy with some romance in there, and the cover, absolutely stunning. Are we kidding? I cannot deal with this cover. It's gorgeous. I've been wanting to read it, but then I realized that the second one was coming out, so I was like, oh, true Kyla fashion, let's just read them back to back. I don't know if that's the right choice or not, but it's a potential. We could possibly do that, and I would be very excited about it. Some other books that I could also read this month is What Lies in the Woods by Kate Alice Marshall. I have read quite a few of Kate Alice Marshall's backlist now, and I'm very excited for this one because this is her first adult novel, and I mean, I've heard mixed things, but like, it's a thriller, y'all. Like, you have to go in with kind of low expectations these days and then just be pleasantly surprised. So this could be read this month. I also could read Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone, which I honestly think is probably like a sure thing at this point, because I have heard so many people raving about this book and the satire that it includes, and like that sounds like something that I really want this month. So we could read this. And then lastly, also could read Such Sharp Teeth by Rachel Harrison. I mean, these are all great choices. So like these all three could potentially be in a reading vlog or just like randomly throughout the month. I'm very much looking forward to all of them. It just depends upon what I'm in the mood for. And then I also have a couple of fantasy novellas that I would like to get to. So last month I said I wanted to read Beneath the Sugar Sky, but I didn't get a chance to do it. So that is still one that I am very much looking forward to. This is the third in the Wayward Children series. So, you know, this could happen. And then I also would love to read A Psalm for Wild Built. This is kind of like a robot monk fantasy novella, which just sounds so interesting to me. The cover is absolutely adorable. I did put it on hold at my library. It just hasn't come off yet, so we'll have to see if that happens. And then the last thing is for middle grade March. Now, technically this goes like all month long. The whole idea is that you read as much middle grade as possible in the month of March. I know that I would get super burnt out, and I have all of these other things that I'm looking forward to. So I do plan on reading at least one middle grade this month, and the one that I would like to get to is The Clackety. This cover, I love it. I love it so much. And honestly, I don't know a ton about it. I just know it's kind of like a middle grade ghost story, haunted ghost story, and like, yes, absolutely. But I saw this cover and was like, I have to read that. I have to read it. It looks so cute. It is so my vibe. It's giving very like Wednesday Tim Burton vibes, and I am here for it. So I also put this on hold at my library. We'll see what happens. Really, I'm like at the mercy of the library gods here. I just put things on hold, and whenever they come up, that's when I read them. So I mean, maybe this isn't the best TBR video. Maybe I could have passed on filming this, but I just wanted to show you what could potentially happen this month. I also had a few books from last month that I didn't get to, but honestly, I don't know if I'm in the mood for them right now. So we'll just have to see what happens. This is why I always say, make sure you are subscribed so you can come back and check the wrap-ups, because then you'll actually see what I actually read, and then also through my reading vlog. So if there's any of these that you would like to see in a reading vlog, please leave it as a comment below. That way I know, like, for sure film that week and make sure you include these books. So if there's any of them, be sure to leave a comment. If you enjoyed this video, even though it was a little chaotic, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss a video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!
With you and I, the future is bright.